And when clients needs Obis, we can help them much more better because we are on the same page. We don't need to tell them about beautiful grids, typography, and some creative solution because they know that we can do it and how we can do it.
To teach each other, it becomes a source of inspiration in way to show that you are not standing in one point, and it's a kind of motivation for your team to show that you want to broaden your mind, your boundaries, and everyone wants to follow you, or you want to follow your teammate. It's a good way to be always in the same page.
If you like beautiful and meaningful website, for sure you know Obys. Obys is a studio run by Olha and Viacheslav, and I'm a big fan of their work. In this new concept, I wanted to dig and know a little bit more about Obys. In this 1 hour episode, we talk about everything about the studio, the way to work, how to be singular in this industry, how to run a studio, how to deal with client, how to find client, how to tips to also start a studio or start your journey as a freelancer. I mean, it's tons of tips and resources. I hope you're gonna love it, and I'll let you right now with the episode. So guys, super happy to have you on the channel and for this first interview. So finger crossed it's gonna be okay. So first, congrats for your last awards. You win an awards last week, so it's amazing. And I mean, I guess a lot of people in the channel will know you, but for people who don't know you, can you give a little bit of introduction about you, the studio, and how you start the Obys journey?
Let me start.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for invitation. It's a big honor for us. So we're big fans of your work and your channel, and we have YouTube channel too. So we are colleagues in terms of design, in terms of content creation, and maybe we have the same story behind our studios too. So yeah, we have some things to talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about all this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obys is a small boutique agency that has been around 5 years. Last week we were celebrating 5 years birthday of our agency. We start our exciting trip from Viacheslav passion about design, and he wanted to create something new, something like where he can realize his personal ideas, his vision. And after a month from the starting date, I joined this trip.
This year we celebrate 5 years of Obys. We celebrate 5 years of super cool and creative project. We celebrate I don't know, maybe hundreds of awards because this our latest site of the day, it was 20th site of the day for this 5 years, and it's huge. And we won a lot of awards like Webby, CSS Design Awards, FWA, even Red Dot and European Design Awards, and all of the things. We celebrate our 5 years, and yeah, we made it like a week ago. We go with our team to the highest mountain in Ukraine, and it was,
yeah, I see the picture.
Yeah, it was really cool and crazy. So yeah, we're small and super creative agency from Ukraine who work with global brands, with small and with super big. That's all about us.
And how many people you are in the team now?
It depends on some project, but our, let's say, core team, it is Olya, Viacheslav, Roman, Konstantin, Alex, Simon, and Anton. So it's 7, a round of 7, yeah.
Okay, 7, yeah. And in some project you collaborate with other freelancers.
Yeah, we have really cool designers and friends from 3D industry or motion designers or even some 3GS developers or something like that. So it is
Awesome.
our big friends.
Yeah, sometimes we need kind of help in development area because we don't like to outstaff design
Yeah.
part of the work because we are designers and we want to make it in our way and not to
Yeah.
share with
And sometimes
other people.
we just can't we can't develop new Amazon or something like that, but we can do it with help of our good friends, for example.
So the both you are in the design. You are more the designer and art director of the studio, and I think we feel because in all the project there is like a coherence and a graphic style that you can find. I mean, you can know that a website it's an Obys website because there is something different, and that's why I think that's why it's important that you keep the design in turn or made by you because it's what make you also feel and be different.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
So, it's you who were working in human resources before, or the both you?
Yes, it was me, but I don't have much experience. I have worked as a junior recruiter for 7 or 8 months. But in August, Vyacheslav started Obys history and invited me to join this trip. So my human resources career finished quickly.
But it is a diploma with excellent in management of human resources. So yeah, Oля is super talented, actually. Human, I can say. She really loves to study something new, and she's really cool in communication, in management, in level of aesthetic. Even we are designers, but Oля has much more higher level of aesthetic, and it was really crucial in our early stages because Oля is kind of try to push our level higher and higher and higher. So Oля, I like to say that it's like a 50% of our team and other 50% it is designers and developers. So yeah.
But before the interview, we told to each other no compliments, please.
You need to take it. But how you did this transition to human resources to design? Did you learn? I mean, you did a study about design, or you start from scratch and you learn by yourself or with Viacheslav?
Design is not about me. I'm playing a role of customer or a role of generator of ideas, but my favorite design tool is Obys team because I cannot do anything with my hands. I can show my idea, explain it, but my team will implement all my ideas into life.
Ola is a good, validator of ideas. So we can have a lot of ideas, but the most, let's say, genius, it is from Ola's side.
Please
I think.
stop.
That's perfect, because you complement yourself.
I mean, Ola is not about design, but she has a huge influence in our design and final results. That's what I mean. So Ola, one time Ola tried to design some concept, even in Photoshop. So it was like probably 6 years ago. But but in general, as Ola said it, we are a tool for Ola to design.
That's super interesting. And yeah, talking about your way to work, and because as we all see, Obys have something special that also make you that you are super recognized in the field and you win awards because the work is amazing. But how you handle a project for do you have like every project need to be an award winning, or do we if a clients come and don't have the same vision than us, we don't take, or do you have like a requirement, or that's in the client that you choose, or in your way to work? Do you have like a Obys philosophy?
Of course we have, and right now we work on rethinking our philosophy, and we hope to show it with our new website and new, new thoughts, new style, new way of work. But in general, it starts from client. So we choose clients, and clients choose us, because we don't work with some industries. We don't work with, let's say, bad clients, because we had some experience with
like everybody.
with no money project, with no fun project. So we try to choose to pick the right clients from our side. We want to make sure that they want to work with us, not with just with somebody. I need a designer. No, you need Obys actually.
Yeah.
So and when clients needs Obys, we can help them much more better, because we are on the same page. We don't need to tell them about beautiful grids, typography, and some creative solution, because they know that we can do it and how we can do it. So it starts from client. Then we have our own design philosophy in terms of grids, composition solutions, some fonts that we like to use. For example, also we took a lot of inspiration from graphic design, because originally I am graphic designer and big part of our team is graphic designers. So I believe that web design, it is actually graphic design plus UX, so it is the same principles in terms of typography, composition, colors, and all of the things. And then UX or interactivity, we need to add and mix it, and beautiful website, voila. So this is maybe some core principles that we try to follow. Of course, we have some more detailed things, like margin systems that we try to follow, some rules, some grid rules, font sizes, contrast rules, and all of the things. But in general, I think the key it is to pick the right client. So sometimes we can wait for right client like a few months, but we then that's good that we do it, because we can make it fun, we can make it cool, and we try to make every project as innovative as it possible from our perspective. And it doesn't matter what is the niche or business field for this project. It can be something completely innovative, something new. For example, our client say that they want the best website in the world. Okay, challenge accepted, but we can do the same for let's say website with political polls. This is completely media website, but in this niche, in this industry, we can create something completely new, some completely new solutions and all of the things, and make it wow and make it pop. So this is our main goal. So we don't have this goal to create every project like a site of the day, but we have this goal to create every project as much innovative as it possible. Sometimes, even when project launched, we can ask our client, let's spend few hours more to update these small things, or we don't like this image or content piece here. Can you rewrite it? We need four words here, not 5. or or can we help you with some images for your Instagram because it looks not so cool as your website or something like that. So yeah, and
Yeah,
it's easy to do.
you go.
Just one small word. That's easy to do because we try to pick right clients, and a lot of them are our friends, and we have some good relations between our agency and our client, our friends, and even some of them send us our awards from United States because it is easier to deliver from Webby to New York and then to Ukraine or something like that. Yeah, excuse me.
No, that's perfect. But yeah, I think it's what I can see from like studios, like really talented studios, and it's, I mean, like you guys, like I think the passions drive everything. You know, it's you are trying to deliver the best, and doesn't matter if it takes 4 hours to focus on one details because you don't like it. And I think it's important to give a little bit more that was expecting on the scope. It's like and I think, yeah, we have the same also when I work in one project. It's like I don't publish till, or I say to a client, we don't publish till we are not happy 100% on everything, that we are not aligned. And yeah, if you need to create more assets for Instagram, okay, if it take a few hours more, it's okay if after it bring you, because also it's like the quality of the studio that it depends, because if you deliver something that you are not happy, for sure, yeah, you will not have all the success that you have now, all the awards, and awards bring you more qualified clients. So everything is linked, I think.
Yeah, completely agree with you. So I think we have a close philosophy about projects and clients.
Yeah. And do you have like specific red flag for this kind of client? It's a no, or do you have a filter when you start a project? For choose a client or?
No, I think firstly it's a field of business. When we see that client comes from, I know, politics, something related to military, guns, alcohol, drugs,
even marijuana.
Yeah, we have a lot of requests to create sites for drugs area.
Yeah, for this kind of area.
Yeah, but we don't work with such clients, and we always give an honest answer that it's not about us. We one of our principles to be honest, and even if we don't have any projects in progress, we will say that you are not close to our philosophy, and we cannot create a website for you. We wouldn't tell that we don't have possibilities or we overbooked, and client understand this situation, and sometimes they can advise us to his friends that he knows us, but we couldn't help him, but we can help in another area.
Yeah, and sometimes it can be, let's say, complicated clients from very first stages. You know, this when you just discussing the scope, but you had a 5 meetings, and and our clients don't have their own structure who will make these decisions, or sometimes it can be let's say dictators in like a top managers, and everybody
Yeah.
afraid of this guy, and they can say that, okay, I will try to do everything what I can to do, but I'm not sure that she or he will approve it. So we say, oh, we don't work we don't work with this type of clients, because it is a headache 100%, and even we will do more than we can, they will not appreciate it. They will say that, oh, that's okay, yeah, you made it, and now do it even more than we discussed. So we try to work with clients, like Ola like to say, like, we are cooperators, and Ola, you can say that's your metaphor from about field, yeah, about team.
I'm always telling my team that when I'm choosing, now I have an opportunity to choose a client. Thank God I can reject requests even with high budgets, but it's important to be in one team, in the one field with one ball, and the client must be our collaborator,
Yeah.
must be interested in the result, not his goal must not be like
To fight with us, yeah.
or
we are
I
one
want
team.
a new website, do what you can, I will pay for your work. No, it doesn't work in our case, because we are collaborators, we need to be on the same page, and we need involvement into the process, because we can do what we do the best, but we need to understand what is the best for the client side, and it's important point to start. And of course we need to trust each other. Sometimes we can push the client in our field, no, I mean about fonts or typography or something like that, but we can trust each other.
Yeah, that's very, very important. The most successful project, it is actually this type, when we can discuss honestly that I don't like this font, I don't like this solution, I don't think that it will work well, and they can explain why they think that it is important for business, and we can find some good solutions to get together.
Yeah, when the client can spend some time to describe why he doesn't like, what he wants to have as a result, because sometimes we can get an email I don't like, and we spend 2 weeks to find this magic
That's it. Why you don't
Cut
like?
all ages and find the small pieces that they like. Or I love this kind of feedback when it is not too creative for me, but what is creative? So, yeah, that's really rare cases, and we try to avoid this type of clients. Yeah, I think. But it can right now it is a red flags for us, because we want to work with people with the same mindset, because some let's say Ukrainian clients can call you like at 5 a.m. On Sunday and say, I'm launching a website. What's going on? I don't know. We will work. We will start our work in 2 days. So we try to keep this culture inside our team, like a more, let's say, European kind of work with some work-life balance, and client must respect it too, because some clients work more like a, let's say, stereotypical United States boss that we need to right now, we need to do it right now.
Yeah.
You need to work all night to make it possible. So this is not.
Yeah, I think also to be selective. It's indirectly create the value of Obys, because rejecting clients create the value for the clients you want to attract. Because if you, I mean, I guess it's what is happening for you, because you choose some clients and now you have a style and people are coming for this and the kind of project you did. So it's important to, and I think, for beginners, people who start their journey as a designer and who gonna listen to this podcast, I think it's important to reject clients. Of course, in a good way, but and not say yes to everything, because after you are trapped in maybe 2-3 months in one project that you're not gonna like, you're not proud of, and this is finally gonna bring nothing for you or for the studio you are building. So this is super important to have a value, even simple as no alcohol, no drugs, no this. It's simple, but sometimes you need to, even if money can call, it's important to to respect this. So that's super interesting. And also the fact too, I think also this is a big problem for everybody. It's when you have too much people who take decision, like you need to pass by so many people to get a decision that it killed the process, it killed the mood, it killed also, you are sure that your idea gonna be not gonna be going your way because there is so many decision holder that it kill a little bit the project. So this is super important.
Yeah, you're right.
So talking a little bit more about Obys. Of course you have an amazing style, and I think people can recognize. And where it come from? How do you nourish yourself, and what's your source of inspiration for get all this creativity? Do you have a website or books, or it's like a practice? I guess of course it's practice a lot. But can you share me a little bit about this?
It's interesting question, because maybe 5 years ago, when we were at a start point, I'm always was thinking about that I'm a human resources manager. I must to think about motivation, about something creative, interesting, to involve my team into creative process. And the first idea was design for soul, and every Friday we spend, and now we always try to spend some time to create design concepts, and then these design concepts could become our side projects, such as typography principles, grids, the message to Ukraine, etc. It was our practice about side projects. It's one source of inspiration, because it helps the designer not to burn out, to come up with his own ideas, maybe sometimes to realize my ideas, not clients. We have a channel with inspiring scenes, where we can send websites, identity, something, new technologies to inspire our teammates. Also, we have channel with a name "How Not to Do." We can discuss maybe a award-winning project, or
sometimes
or any advertisement in the street that we saw, and discuss why is it good or not, why not to do in such way in our practice. Also, we have design digest, design review, and important thing that Viacheslav likes to teach. He is a good teacher, mentor, and he came up with idea of workshops where each of us can teach another part of team with any topic. For example, Viacheslav some time ago told us about modernism in Kharkiv, and about Webflow we had workshop, and it's a good tool
even about English and some management things from Oля, for example. So that's cool.
To teach each other, it becomes a source of inspiration in way to show that you are not standing in one point, and it's a kind of motivation for your team to show that you want to broaden your mind, your boundaries, and everyone wants to follow you, or you want to follow your teammate. It's a good way to be always in the same page.
Yeah, that's how we built this. That's our own and the same ground or field for all team members, that we can make sure that we are on the same page, that we have some similar values.
Culture.
Yeah, but in general, if we talk about inspiration, of course, it can be everywhere. It can be films, it can be advertisement, it can be book. Yeah, of course, it can be fashion, because the funny story behind of our first site of the day 5 years ago. So we dream about some cool project, about some site of the day. We dream about it like 5 years. And we work on one of them 2 years to make it live. But one day, Ola told me that Peter Lindbergh passed away, and I said that wow, that's a super huge photographer, super huge works and projects, and we decided that okay, we can create a project dedicated to Peter Lindbergh. We spent like 7 days from idea to final result, to submit it to awards. We use some builder, let's say, to create this website, and it was our first site of the day. So sometimes you don't need to think and dream about some dream project. You just need to sit down and create something cool. But this is the example of inspiration from some fashion industry and photography, for example. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super interesting. The fact that you take time in intern to share some knowledge to other people. This is super important, and this is a good idea. I mean, I think some companies are doing, but not everybody. And this is important also for the culture of the do what we don't want to do. I think this is super important. And I think it's for people who watch us also, the fact to work on side project, because sometimes when you start, you don't have dream clients. And I think it's cool to work on your dream side project and on something fictional, but something who looks like could be a client, but something fictional. I think it's a super idea to also after to reach the kind of client you want to get, and or also to show some skills like you did, guys, about the Ukrainian culture. You did a lot of side project, and I think it's also define who you are. So this is super interesting. And about the studio, I mean, now you are in one good position. I mean, you are recognized in the field. You work on great project. And what's the next step? Do you have things that you want to achieve in the next years, and do you have like new dreams, or just reach more cool client and keep growing step by step? Or
that's our question, the main issue that we have right now, because we actually think about who we are, especially after after start of full-scale war. We start to think more about our identity, who we are. We start to discover more like Kharkiv, modernism, school, and all of the things. And we understand that it is actually a place where we live, where we grow, and this place of some huge and super influence, very powerful artists. and we feel this connection with these roots, let's say, because some of our designers live near to the street of one of the greatest Kharkiv artists. Yes, some of our family members know somebody from family of this artist or something like that. But this artist, it is a huge names like a Malevich, for example. But not Malevich, but with the same like a powerful aesthetic and all of the things. So we try to discover it, to understand how it influenced to our style, because it is our style.
Yeah.
Let's say it's close to Swiss style in a good way. Yeah, but Swiss style based on some, let's say, Bauhaus based on some avant-garde modernism thoughts about it. And these guys, one of the source of this avant-garde and modernism things. So we try to discover all of these things. We try to understand what kind of client is the best for us, and it can be different client. Again, we love to work with some small but super creative guys, but also we love to work with big clients like CNN, Samsung, Singapore Airlines, or for example Miro, because they can manage this project with a lot of levels, but they can manage it really well in some cool terms, and we can create something big for big companies. But first of all, we need to redesign ourselves in terms of website, let's say a bit identity. One, it can be like a premiere for your channel, but we're working on our own font, and I'm personally designed all letters here, and probably we just need to finish all font elements to make it work, to make it live, and it will be basement for our next move. So because we are designers, we don't think like
I think we have the same problem.
and maybe it is our fault, Yeah. So I think like a designer.
New website.
So new Obys. Let's start from font. Let's start from some updates. Yeah, websites but this is the way how when I think about structure of this website or what I want to say, I'm starting to think about who we are and what we want to achieve and what is our goals. So some times ago we think about that we must to grow in terms of number of team and all of the things, but then we understand that actually no, actually we can, let's say, earn more, we can influence more when we small, but we need to work with the right people. We need to make it in a new, cool, powerful level of design. And right now we think how we can make it, what is our tools and what we want to say about us. So we are in process of thinking about these things, and I hope probably next half year. I don't want to be like your with course because every video you say that course is coming soon, and I check this page and no, not now. But so maybe we need a year
the biggest
to
mistake of
update
my
our
life.
website, but we will definitely do it.
And on something that is not ready yet. But this is a good lesson for the future. But yeah, I think it's important to keep. Some people talk about building public, but when I think it's important to talk about something when it's already started. Now it's going well, so that's cool.
Yeah, I mean that we also think about education too. So we have some cool ideas. We work with awards academy and teach some beautiful and really talented students here, and we think about maybe some small, maybe not courses like a design series or something like that from our agency, because we understand that I know grids or typography principles or color combinations are really popular projects. More than half of million visits on grids for this like 2 or 3 years. That's really a lot, and we understand. We know that our, let's say, audience want us to create something educational. That's why we try to develop a bit. We're just experimenting with our YouTube channel, and hope we will work on our YouTube. Hope we will work a bit on our educational part of our work, and we will definitely update.
Yeah, it's super interesting. Yeah, because you have a one course on ORs. You're also on the masterclass of Louis, I think. Yeah. And plus now you have the YouTube channel. I mean, I will put the link of the YouTube channel and everything on the description of the podcast. But you launched the YouTube channel a few months ago, no? Or no, 1 year ago?
5 years ago.
like 4 or 3 years ago, but it was 2 videos then, and maybe even 5 videos right now.
But you restart now to publish on a regular basis.
Yeah, if one video in 2 months it is regular, we can say it.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem with YouTube. I mean, sometimes you have the pressure that you need to publish every week, but I think it's if you have really quality content, people wait you, and I mean, the most important is to deliver quality. I think after the timeline is
we have a we have a really simple strategy about YouTube. The first, let's say, 20 videos, we just want to experiment. We just want to film what we think that is important for us. And then we will try to improve quality of video, quality of sound, maybe make it more add more entertainment for viewers, let's say, or maybe try more hyped themes, but in our own way. Because I know when I film a video about book review, it can be super popular, but if I will film something like a top best fonts for your design, it can be much more popular. But anyway, right now we're experimenting, and then we will decide what we can do with it. But anyway, we are super happy because somebody watched it, and we have a lot of cool comments about it, and this is really some inspiring part of our work.
Yeah, I think it's cool because you sometimes when you are focused on clients' project, and I think it's cool to also have this side more educational, and when you also receive some feedback from people, it'll also give you a lot of envy and a lot of determination to give more, because people give you back some love and some good things. I think it's also cool to have this side, and also to don't be also always on the client's project, and to also focus on other people from the community. I think it's interesting. But how do you find time to work on course, work on the YouTube channel, work on amazing project, to manage the team, and I guess you have a busy day, no?
Yes, and also we have a daughter.
A toddler.
Yeah, toddler daughter. So sometimes it can be complicated, and if previously we can find a time for each of these tasks during the whole year, but right now it doesn't work this way. So sometimes we 100% work on studio and project, and all of us design some things and help each other. Sometimes we focused on YouTube. Thanks God, every week I need to spend 1 day to work with students. So this is something regular, maybe just one thing. And yeah, so sometimes we focused on one task, sometimes on other tasks. Sometimes we can't work because we need to spend some time with our daughter, or yeah, anyway, we work, we make some meetings, we make some designs, but it can be complicated to merge it with personal life sometimes.
Yeah, the frontier between the both, sometimes it's really thin. And but yeah, I mean, I think like it's to multitasking. I mean, I think I have the same thing. When you multitask on different, I think I like to focus also in one task. I finish, I jump into one other. Because if you're on one project and at the same
Yeah.
time writing a script for the video YouTube, sometimes it can be overwhelming. And how is going the because now you are in the masterclass with Louis. So you have I saw a tweet. You did a tweet about the student feedback and how was going the masterclass. Is how is can you tell me a little bit more about this? How is going? How would the student react to? And what are you teaching in this in the masterclass?
Yeah, this is cool. Master First of all, this awards master classes, it is collaboration of awards, Domestika and CGMA. So this is three big, like a big companies, big businesses. So Louis filmed all lectures. So Louis is a lecturer for this course. So they filmed all lectures with Domestika, and we work on CGMA platform, which is maybe the coolest educational platform. We have a Discord chat inside our platform. We have some automatically connected live Q&A session videos and all of the things. So this is product of these three companies. This masterclass is about memorable UI experiences. We work with students every week, so we have 10 weeks to create beautiful animated homepage from brief mood board wireframes to video, how it works, how it looks. So we work on design parts, we work on Figma prototyping, we work on animation in After Effects. Yeah, it is maximum. We can have maximum 20 students for each semester. I leave feedback for each student, for each homework every week. It's around of 10 minutes every week, and then we have 1 hour or 1.5 hour each week live session to discuss all questions. Sometimes it can be mini lectures about some design principles or how we do it in our agency. Yeah, and students are super cool because it is designers, and it is experienced designers. So it is not, I think that it is not for newbies, because you need to know how to work with Figma, you need to know how to work with some tools, you need to understand some rules of design. But all of the students work in some companies or some corporate part of design or product design, and they want to create something new, and it is so complicated for them to push these boundaries, to push the limits, and propose and create something unexpected, something not usual. And it is really interesting to help them to do it. Yeah. And yeah, that's all about this course. And next, this fall, I will work as mentor on this
Awesome.
course too. I hope to work with some cool students too. And right now we are finishing our first semester, so guys working on animation right now. So it is a final stage, and I hope I will create some small show reel or some post with
That's
course
good.
results, because it is super talented guys, and yeah, I'm really happy with results.
That's amazing. And talking about student and do you, one question that I have is which, because you guys already have a long journey, it's like which advice you will give to designers or to people who want to create a studio, maybe with people, or which advice you will give to people if you needed to restart the Obys journey, for example.
Maybe not to be afraid of your future and not to be shy, because I'm still learning myself how to meet new people and not to be shy about even leaving comments in the social medias, to write personal messages, because I often get a lot of complimentary messages, emails, and even when I was on European Design Awards, many people came to me and said many inspiring words about Obys, our projects, and I'm too shy to be open to everyone and say something special to every person, but it's a basis for today, for a global community, and it's the key point, not to be shy, not to be afraid of, because fuck ups are part of everyday life, and even we are trying to live and work under the rockets and to implement our ideas into life, and it's the biggest advice we can give, not to be afraid. And maybe in the beginning of the way, the person must understand that he or she is ready to be involved into the process every day, every minute, or his life, because when you start your own business or you take your first client to make some project personally, you must be ready to be responsible for every step, every decision, every maybe you must understand that you are not a superhero, but you must to teach yourself to become a kind of superhero for yourself, and not to be afraid to take any step.
Yeah. Yeah, completely agree. You need to be honest with yourself, and if you want to create something, and if you here not for, let's say, not for money, but for your goal is to create something beautiful, something cool, uh, you just need to do it, and you need to understand that what you will show, what you will do, this is what you actually will do in the future. So your portfolio, your social media pages, it is you actually. So, and if you will show not so good project, it means, or I don't know, if you will show some, I don't know, all fields are good, but for example, I know for some political website, if you will show something like that, you must be ready to work with political clients. If you want to work with, let's say, fashion, maybe you need to
I
create
would.
something. Maybe you need to create something in this field. And yes, and if we talk about first steps in freelancing or business, yeah, you must be ready to be responsible for everything. You must be ready that you are not actually designer. You are copywriter, you are manager, you are business developer, you are accountant and everything else, because sometimes it can be complicated. It was complicated for me because I don't understand what is invoice it all and how to do it on our first stages, and how to build good contract and all of the things. Yeah, so maybe yeah, let's
And
go.
one more important thing is to do more than you are expected to do, because sometimes to become more closer with your client, you should do more. For example, you have one round of revision included in your price quote, but if you have a good mood with your client, you can do anything for free. It's my story. When Vyacheslav says, Oля, it's additional quote, let's say send invoice, I say, no, she is super cool, I love her project, no additional invoices. And this is a key to your success. You must be honest, brave.
Especially when we talk about first clients on freelance or company, your first clients must be super happy, and
Every
even
client must be super happy.
yeah,
This is for clients who
this,
listen.
it is it's true, but especially first, because you can make a big discount for your first client to just work with these clients.
Everyone must be satisfied.
It is true. I'm talking
But I
about
think when you over
yeah.
deliver, when you give a little bit extra, you make your client, then your client didn't expect this. It's also like, give a really good impression because they were not expecting this. So for sure, they're going to be more than happy.
Yeah.
And as you say, a happy client is a client who also recommends you to other people. And so this is super important.
For example, we do not include animation or some prototyping into our quotes, but in 95% of cases we do it. So and when client can see not only static design in Figma, but they can see some prototype in Webflow, for example, or some simple animation of key sections, they usually say, wow, it is beautiful.
Yeah, the most important is I think it's in animation. It's a good point because sometimes you can explain, okay, we're gonna do this kind of effect, and you refer maybe to another website, or you just explain. But I think, for example, creating a quick prototype or just create the animation quickly on After Effects, and it take maybe 1 hour. But at least the client understand, and also the fact that he understand, you make sure that you're not gonna that after you create and you don't like because you didn't explain well. So this is super important to give a little bit more, but at least it will also finally you giving more, it saves you time for later, because if a client need to come back on what you build, on what you design, it's a waste of time. So yeah, don't be lazy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was question about advices for young designers. Yeah. So,
No, but that's super interesting. Thanks a lot to Olya and Viacheslav to be in this first episode. I'm super happy to have them, and I think we have a lot of things in common, and I like how they are driven by passion and the love to create good things, and I think I recognize myself in this, and I'm sure it gives you a lot of inspiration for your next project, or how to manage clients, or how to build a team. So I'm super happy of this podcast, and I thank them again for joining me on this first episode. And let me know if there is someone you would like to see in the second episode. And see you soon. Bye.